Frequently, Christians, and especially pastors who accept the theory of evolution, just keep silent. Others become extremely involved in the debates between those who support a young earth or some form of creationism or intelligent design and those who support the theory of evolution. At Energion Publications, we've produced a set of books that's based on a different approach. That is, we ask the question, you accept the theory of evolution, and because of that, what changes in the way that you approach scripture, doctrine, worship, and so forth? We now have most of this set of books. There's one yet that is forthcoming. The first one of these was titled Creation in Scripture by Dr. Herold Weiss. It looks at the different passages of Scripture that reference creation and talks about how they teach creation, how they talk about God as the creator. And you'll be surprised, I think, at how many nuances can be found and how many points of view can be found right within the Scriptures about looking at God as creator. The second book in that series is called Creation, the Christian Doctrine by Edward W.H. Vick. Dr. Vick talks about creation from the systematic theology point of view. What does it mean theologically to take God as the creator? And then we have creation in contemporary experience. In this case, David Moffett-Moore addresses contemporary ethical issues. How shall we live? What does the idea of God as creator mean in our day-to-day lives today? Dr. Moore has presented here a very accessible little book that tells us something about the impact of creation. Now, the book that's forthcoming will be titled Creation, the Science. Dr. Tony Mitchell, who is a science educator, will talk about what you should know about the science of creation as a Christian. It's designed here as essentially a science text to be used by study groups in church, dealing with the science of origins. And finally, last but not least, Dr. Bob Cornwall has written a book called Worshipping with Charles Darwin. That rather challenging title talks about how Bob has celebrated Evolution Sunday in his church ever since that idea began, and he gives you ideas for sermons, for worship, for liturgy, to be used in commemorating God as a creator from the evolutionary point of view. Now, this coming January the 20th at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're getting most of the authors of this set of books. Dr. Weiss will be there, Dr. Cornwall, Dr. Moffett-Moore, and Dr. Mitchell will all be together to talk about the meaning of understanding God as creator. This will be an hour-long panel discussion. Our Q&A app on the Google Hangouts on Air will be active, and so we invite you to come join us and learn more about understanding God as creator.